What do you do when you come from another country, immigrate into North America, and they don't take your degree seriously? What do you do? Should you get a master's degree in the new country? Stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Brian back at you with another video where my goal is to mentor you toward a career and to help you create a life you're proud of. And in that endeavor, today I'm going to answer a question from a frustrated viewer who I believe came from a different country to North America, is now doing a job that he or she is completely overqualified for, and is frustrated and is wondering, is it worth pursuing a master's degree? Now, before we get into it, first of all, who the hell am I? I'm Brian. I help mentor students and people get an amazing career, set them on the right path with regards to their life. And guys, if you want to know more about me, definitely connect with me on LinkedIn. Go to my link. It's down in the description below, or you can click on the card above. You can also go to my website. I have a bio about myself, what my intentions are, why I did this channel, why I make these videos for people, and why I want to help you guys. So that will give you a better idea of who I am, what my credentials are. And if you like the advice I have today, or my other videos, please hit that like and subscribe button. And guys, if you really want to work with me, you can click on my products and services button. You can see all the courses I offer, everything from career prep, choosing your major, leadership, giving presentations, live one-on-one mentoring sessions with you, communication skills, and so much more. So that's enough of a plug for me. Let's get to the email. So this comes from a person by the name of Nojud. I am sorry if I mispronounced that. And the topic is getting a master's degree. Hi there. I currently live in the US. I have a bachelor's degree, but outside the US. I'm doing a job that I'm way overqualified for. They don't take my degree here seriously! ! So I thought of going back to school, which is the only solution for me right now. Taking me now 2 years of thinking, should I go back or not? And here I am. I was watching a video that I shouldn't. This is probably in relation to my video about whether or not you should get a master's degree. He goes on to say, I didn't get a job when I first graduated, so I really didn't generate that much skill. So I thought about going back to school will help more. What do you think? Many thanks, Jude. Thanks a lot for your question. I sense a lot of frustration here. And I think the reality for a lot of people that are immigrating into the US or into Canada, they're coming from countries that aren't well regarded, right? Like they're developing countries. The education system is very different. And it's really hard to transfer those skills. It's not an equivalent transfer from those countries over to the US or Canada. And as a result, they don't recognize your degree. That's the reality. There are lots of people coming in from China, from the Philippines, from India, that are chemical engineers, that are doctors, lawyers, and they just aren't recognized when they come to the US, and they end up working in a manufacturing facility, working on the production line, earning like $15 an hour. It's a complete 180. You know, they were probably coming from a more prestigious school in their home country. They're very well regarded. There's a lot of pride, and it's a huge, huge shift. And it's not easy for you to come to the US or to Canada and start from scratch. And people probably look down on you. You're like, what did I do with my last 10 years in life, right? Like earning like next to nothing and working in not the best of environments, and no one regards you. You're not in a leadership role. It is so difficult. But you obviously have had strong personal reasons to come to this new country and start all over. There must have been a bigger reason why you had to do that. Sometimes those countries aren't safe. Sometimes you want a better place for your children to grow up in. I totally get that, and I commend you for it, and I do understand the frustration. Unfortunately, the reality is that your degree just doesn't transfer over. It's not equivalent. And yes, you are probably overqualified. And yes, unfortunately, the reality is you're probably doing a job that anyone else can do and that you have to do just to make a living. And it sucks. And I understand your frustration and the desire for you to increase your education so that you can get a better job. And now you watch my video and you're like, holy crap, Brian, you just said the complete opposite of what I wanted to do. You said, the only solution for you right now is to increase your education and to go back to school to do that. And yet you waited 2 years. Why did you wait 2 years, man? If you've already made the decision, go out and do it. All right? Like that's number one. The next question is, well, what are you going to do your education in, right? What are you going to get your education in? What are you going to do? If you're going to do your master's degree, what are you going to do? I don't know, but tell me. What do you plan on getting your master's in? And why is that going to help you? Or how is that going to help you earn more or get you taken more seriously? I'd love to hear from you. Please let me know. The other point you said is that you didn't get a job when you first graduated because you didn't have that much skills. So you thought that you want to go back to school. Well, let me ask you this. If you don't have the skills, how is school going to give you more skills? And I'm asking you genuinely and openly. I want to know more, right? Like, if you're telling me that you don't have the skills, how is going back to school going to get you the skills? Or is it an issue about getting your degree being recognized? I don't know if you know that. Like, I don't know if you've got this figured out. I'd love to hear from you and understand that. Because the last thing I would want for you is to go back to school, invest more money into it, and then come out and realize I don't have skills that employers are looking for, right? And then you're back at square one, and now you're actually in more debt because you've wasted more money in getting your schooling up. So the first thing we need to address and figure out is, well, what did you want to do? What's your intended job? Is there already a role that you're gunning for and feel that you are not being recognized because your education wasn't in your home country? And if so, it'd be good to have those discussions with your employer or with the company and figure out, okay, what's it going to take to get there? What kind of education are they looking for? And then work backwards. Another opportunity is actually explore with your company and say if they'd be willing to pay for your education, right? And if you can't have those conversations, or if you're not in a situation to, that's different. But if you can, start exploring that. You may already have some options within your company that can help you get to where you want to go. So that's definitely something for you to explore. Number 2, do your job really, really well. Maybe you are having a lot of resentment right now, and that could be impacting your ability to work right now. And as a result, you're probably not viewed favorably or in a way that people want to promote you, or maybe your supervisor doesn't even know you. I don't know your situation, but it's important to put that resentment aside and start tackling your current job very, very well so that you're put on the radar of the list of really, really strong candidates, right? That your boss would recognize so that you can have these conversations and be seen as a future leader. And so that when you have those meetings with your boss, you can say, hey, look, I really appreciate that you want to develop me more or that you want to promote me into a leadership role. But boss, I really don't think I'm suited for this type of role. I really want to work in this department in this company because of my degree, of my master's or bachelor's or PhD that I have. And I really think that I can contribute more to the company if I really move into this role, and I would have a lot more passion for it. And I know that my education isn't perfect. And I know that my education isn't well recognized, but I would love to explore what options or opportunities there are within this role and this company to help bring my education up. And so that I can explore that within time. And so if you have these conversations just like that, I think it would really, really help you. Now, if you already know where you want to go with regards to your career and you want to get out and do something completely different and it's a matter of education, then by all means, go for it. And I think that was my original message in my other video too. If you already have a career path that requires a master's degree, go for it. But if you're not sure yet, and I think that you kind of aren't because that's why you're taking 2 years to think about this, then you might want to start exploring these options either within their organization or with other organizations. My point here is you need to know where the end is and then kind of work backwards from there. But if you're going back to school because you've got some resentment, you're kind of pissed off that you're overqualified, that the job is just, killing you on the inside, and you feel like you should be recognized more and have a better role, and that's why you want to go to school, you can. But I feel like as soon as you go back to school, you're going to come back out again with a lack of experience. You'll have nothing to show for it other than an education. Without that experience, it is going to hurt you. But again, this is very specific to your situation, and I don't have all the details, and I don't know what industry you're in. So all of those factors would definitely help me give you a better answer. But hopefully I've given you some ideas. Of course, if you want to hit the reply button, and submit your questions link, and then you can give me some follow-up to the situation. Or what I would strongly recommend is that you do take a look, and hopefully you can schedule a one-on-one session with me. We can really do a deeper dive and go through your specific scenario one by one with the proper attention that it deserves so I can help you. I really want the best for you. I totally understand the frustrations, and I will say that in my line of work, I have met a lot of people in the exact same boat. They're chemical engineers, They are mechanical engineers, they are doctors, they are lawyers in their home country. They come here and they're working on the line as a sorter. They're just packaging finished products together. They're making, $10 to $15 an hour. It's not easy, but they've come here for a reason. And I've seen people actually climb the corporate ladder very, very well because they've done the job well. They've got the right mindset and they've got the right work ethic, but it's not an easy situation. I know that they have to climb and start from ground zero and climb that ladder all over again. It is not easy. Tons of respect for those that have been able to do it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you really liked it, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to hear from you. If you have a question you want me to tackle in the future video, go to my website, 101mentoring.com. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.